Hello, and welcome to Bitesized Podcast. I'm your host, Andalee. To truly welcome our transition from pregnancy to postpartum, for now, we're going to be talking about the actual transition that brings that, which is labor and birth. Now, while we spent a bit of time on pregnancy over these last few weeks, just know we're not done. Since my goal with this podcast is to help many mothers at whatever stage they're in, I know it may not always line up exactly with where you're at, but you'll be so happy some episodes are published when you're there. So we will certainly be coming back to pregnancy later on, and we will be covering babies in the near future, so stick around as you move through these stages as well. Today's episode is all about the stages of labor. So while this is something I hope your healthcare practitioner is covering with you, I think it can be very helpful to know what is happening to your body. While you likely know 10 centimeters is the dilation to reach to know it's time to push the baby, the centimeters in between also indicate various stages of labor. Labor is actually 3 stages, but the first stage has 3 phases. So stage 1 begins with phase 1, which is early labor. This is the initial onset of labor and continues until the cervix reaches 3 centimeters dilated. Keep in mind that in the weeks prior to your delivery, your healthcare provider may even tell you that you are 1 or 2 centimeters dilated already. Don't panic or think you're about to go into labor. This is totally normal and somewhat expected before active labor begins. This is your body progressing to the finish line. However, should you believe a baby is actually coming, then this is just good to know. In early labor, you will likely begin experiencing mild contractions. During this time, you'll want to try to promote comfort by relaxing, showering, walking, napping if you can. Mothers are often more interactive and active during this phase. Active labor is our next phase of labor. This is defined by the cervix reaching 3 centimeters and until it is 7 centimeters dilated. Contractions will become much stronger and closer together, and it's likely you won't be as comfortable. If you weren't in your delivery location yet, now would be a good time to go. Active labor can last upwards of 4 hours. This is when the support of your birthing team will become very important. Some ways you might try to get comfortable is changing positions, taking a warm shower or bath, massages during contractions or a TENS machine, or rolling on a birthing ball. It's likely and possible that mothers will start being less engaging during this phase, turning inward. The birth team should be extra encouraging now. This brings us to the transition phase. This means the cervix will dilate from 7 centimeters to 10 centimeters. This can be the most challenging part of labor as it becomes a mental and emotional challenge. While you may begin to doubt your ability or be over how long you've been in labor, you can be very vulnerable. I would encourage you to consult your birth plan during this time and trust your gut and your head. You've got this! Finally, we get into the second stage of labor, which is the pushing. Once you've been given the clear from your team and reached 10 centimeters dilation, you can push until baby is born. The final stage is delivering the placenta. Once this is complete, your postpartum period begins and the postnatal period begins for baby. Again, I hope this is something your healthcare team is going over with you and what kinds of challenges each phase and stage might bring, and that as a team, you're making the best birth plan you can to feel prepared during this time for however your pregnancy looks. Coming up, we'll be covering nourishing your labor. Now, you might not think about eating or drinking during labor, but you should. It is a huge physical challenge, and your body deserves to be supported through this not only physically, mentally, and emotionally, but nutritionally too. So tune in as we discuss that coming up soon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review Bitesized wherever you listen to your podcast. We would love to keep growing, and that is just one of the ways you can support. Follow along on social media platforms at bitesized.podcast. We've got lots of free content on there as well that supplement all of these episodes, so come on and join the fam over there. In case no one has told you today, you look ravishing. Bye! Although I am a certified holistic nutrition consultant, I am not your consultant. The information herein is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only and does not always apply to your specific needs. While I strive to provide you the most up-to-date information about nutrition, this is not a substitute for professional and medical advice, and you should definitely speak to your personal healthcare practitioner for advice tailored to you.